You know, where the fuck Dub at, man? Where the fuck he go? Here I am. You looking for me? Yo ass is fine. Boy, that got Dub, and I'm back with another video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Deuce from me and my big bro. Yeah, fuck this no. He said he gonna teach me how to wrestle. Man. I'm gonna win the belt. Cause I'm back for ya. The boy Dub Deuce in the building. What up, what up, what up? It is that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. How y'all doing? At the end of the day, shout it, I'm good money. Today we got a special guest in the building. You seen one of the baddest out here doing it in the Midwest, about to go global. You saying Timbuktu's motherfucking Brister. You saying motherfucking Kee Silly. What's happening?
Hey, talk your shit. Talk your shit. How you doing? Not shit, man. Nothing much. Staying in the cut out the way. Just trying to make it.
You can't be mad at that. You said right now you booked and busy. I see you saying like you say you and Lex be killing my timeline. I can't even cap to you, man.
Yeah, that's that man. I'm starting to think he my agent at this point. Like keep me booked.
You say, cause I mean he's promoting everybody, but that's cool if you got people in your corner to promote you, especially if you're doing their events. But it's on you to come up and bring the high highs. So you said, so how do you prepare yourself for all these events to come there and like be focused and grab that room?
I pray. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like before I go on that stage, like I got a zone that I go into. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do none of that before I go on stage. I pray. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? I just be like, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Like just as I walk up there, I ask you to walk with me. You know what I'm saying? And I just get in my zone. I put my headphones on. I listen to Nipsey Hussle. And you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing it for, in a sense. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know what this whole thing is for. So that's the reason.
Okay,
that's
so
it.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're not like the old folks say. I know you talk about me because my ears was ringing or burning.
Yeah, I'm always saying that.
It's like so far I've had a couple of comedians on my show, and with every comedian, I found my way gravitating back to your name in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. And you said the premise of how I've mentioned you was you said that last show I saw you at. You said you was the first time back on stage right after you said your grandmother. And the poise, and you were locked in, you know what I'm saying? And just like I know you said you pray, but how do you deal with adversity and then get on that stage?
I can't explain it. I mean, like it's when you on a path to something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got this drive and you got this purpose that you're going towards. Mm-hmm. It's like no matter what's happening around you, that purpose still stands. Right. And I know what life consists of. Life consists of life in the beginning and death at the end. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Everything in between is what you make it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like absolutely. you got a start date, you got an expiration date. Yeah. And for me, I look at it like once I leave the stage, y'all know I gave it my all, because tomorrow I could be dead and gone. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I've suffered from, you know what I'm saying? I've had a couple of mild heart attacks in my life, and I'm only about to be 33. So I live every day like shit, tomorrow I might not be here. Shit, we still got later on today, and I might not be here.
I mean, that's bad.
But when it's all said and done, I have that purpose that I'm going towards. Okay. And like I said, that's why people always like, you don't smoke, you don't drink before you go on stage. No, because there's no greater gift than my prayer. Right. You know what I'm saying? Once I clear my mind, that's why if you ever notice, before I go on stage, I'm not mingling, I'm not talking. You know what I'm saying? And it's no, and every comedian who I've worked with, they know my zone. They don't bother me. You get what I'm saying? My headphones come on, my head bobbing. They might think I'm listening to music, but in that moment, I'm praying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people don't understand. The music is to drown out everybody else and bring me right there.
Right, and that's a beautiful thing, because you see, like, you don't hear a lot of people. You say, like, nowadays talking about prayer anymore. You saying a lot, because there's so much stuff going on in the world. You know, it's just everybody's so beat down, and everybody's so, you know, saying, just, we got so much stuff going on, but not a whole lot of people, you saying, talk about prayer. So you saying, like, definitely commend you on that. You said, because that's something that we need to get back to as a people, just in general. It don't mean whether you white, you black, it don't matter. Just, you saying, put God first and let's go, you know?
Like they say, you walk out, you take a step out on faith. So I make sure that step, he know that I'm coming with you, man. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I said, I know my end goal. You know what I mean? I know what I started it for. I didn't start it off of the strength like, oh, I'm funny. I'm funny. Oh yeah, let's do it. I started off on the strength of, you know what? I'm tired. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, that is something deeper. Like it all starts with cycle of our lives. You know what I'm saying? And I had a gift. I got a gift. I got a gift. And it's just like, hey, utilize it.
Right.
You don't want to work for people. You know what I'm saying? Utilize your gift. We all got them. We all got a gift. We all got something that we're talented in, rather. And then it's all about finding it. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like I felt like I was funny, but I'm not gonna lie, I never thought I was funny enough to get on stage and, like, you know what I'm saying, make a room full of strangers laugh. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, okay, Lord, okay, look, this is my plan. Let me bring it to you. Let's see how we go. And it's been moving. So I'm just like, okay, I found my purpose. So it's like, keep going.
Okay. Well, I've done music in my past. So I know what it's like that first time to get on stage and you displaying, whether it's new music, new material, or no, let's just skip that. Just the first time you get on stage, you say, like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and get us a shot. You know what I'm saying? What is the thought process for a Kee Silly or a comedian? Because I know what it is in the rap world, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know if it's the same. So what is it like that very first time you get on stage? You said, like, what's the conversation that like have to have?
So you asking me about the very first time I got on stage, or you asking me what is my process every time I get on it?
No, and you talking about the first time getting on stage, the very first time.
Oh, that's crazy. I just celebrated my 3-year anniversary too. It was February 11th. Thank you. February 12th. I'm sorry. And I always go back to that first time, like when it's like a high. You know what I mean? And it's like that thought process at the beginning. It was kind of just like I was at the funny stop. So like that whole day though, it wasn't just right before I got on stage. That whole day, I was just like, I'm really about to do this, huh? Like this is like I done talked this up, so no, I have to. You know what I'm saying? I can't back out now. And then it's like when I got there, and then I actually had a set. Anybody that's been there knows Pete don't play the cussing thing. I didn't know that. And he did his announcements. He's like, oh yeah, something, because you really can't understand what he says anyway. But I heard him say clean set. Now here I am, an amateur. This is my first time. I don't know what a clean set is. I watch comics. I don't know what a clean set is. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from watching Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, Martin, Red. I don't know nothing about no clean set. So it was like, so my first time on stage, I was like, how the fuck am I about to, you know what I'm saying? Already don't know how to do it. But then you're telling me to clean up something just like that. Yeah. So that's what was going on in my head. I'm like, whoo, okay. All right. I can't cuss. And it's like I don't even know what you know what I'm saying. I don't know what their thought of a clean set is. So I'm like, okay, so I can't. What kind of words can I use? But you know what I'm saying. So I winged it. I'm like, all right, let's just go see let's go see what it do. And it was like I'm not gonna lie, it was easier the first time I did it because a lot of my family came.
Okay.
They were the bulk of the crowd. You get what I'm saying? So it was kind of just like that first show was kind of just like me in the backyard at our grandma's house talking shit with cousins.
Right.
Except for nobody else is talking, just me.
Right.
So that first time really didn't register because it was so much going on. Like at the last minute, I got to switch up my set. It's really nobody here but the people who supported me. So I'm kind of comfortable with that. Right. So that didn't, it was actually like the first time I actually had to perform in front of people that I did not know.
Okay.
And that was when I was like, oh shit, okay, so you're funnier in front of your people. Are you going to be funny? Mm-hmm. And like, that's when the power of prayer kick in. It's like, right. You got to shut everything else out. That's not, your end goal is not to worry about if it's going to be funny or not. Go up there and say it. If it's not funny, don't use it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's a little different than rap lyrics or rap music or just that entertainment realm, period. Because you're going to know who's fucking with your music.
I mean, that's true too. Unless you at an open mic and you say you ain't been there before. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But you just think, like, circling back to something you said, just like it was like, yeah, I could be funny in front of my people. You know what I'm saying? But because it's almost like you said, I'm being at a family reunion and you said I'm the only one talking. I can imagine that when you're at the family reunion, you get moments where you're the only one talking because you command. You command an audience. You know what I'm saying?
What people don't know is I'm really like I am an introvert extrovert. Like I'm not really I'm a people person because I was raised with mannerism, and to respect others and treat people the way I want to be treated. Mm-hmm. But I'm really just a shy person. I don't really come out and talk to people. Like I'm really kind of to myself a little bit. Mm-hmm. But once like I open up and see that it's comfortable in the room, because I'm a real guarded person. I'm always checking the temperature in the room. I'm always checking people. You know what I mean? It's just I'm a certain way. So even when I be around family, sometimes I'll be like, hey guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really not, you know what I'm saying? I'm really not that type of person. But I mean, every now and again though, if I need to demand the attention in the room, I can.
You say it's funny because you say like I'm the same way. You say you'll see me. You say like anytime you've ever seen me at an event, I'm kind of off.
Kind of off, yeah.
You've been kind of doing my own thing, and it's funny because you say like I've been a truck driver for almost 20 years.
Wow.
And I've pretty much for the most part been in the truck by myself for them 20 years. Right. Or whatever. And recently I had to come off the road and I had to take a job. So I could be around my family more, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Ended up finding a job, and I'm gonna touch on one of your jokes. I'm not gonna explain your joke or tell your joke or nothing like that, but you'll know what I'm talking about.
No, please go ahead. You're good.
Okay. I work at a plant now. Mm-hmm. This plant I don't think you could work at because it would be all bad for you personally. I work at a meat processing plant.
I know exactly which joke you're talking about.
The sad part is the department I'm in is pepperoni. So as the pepperoni comes in these 60-inch long tubes, I'm putting them on these little hooks. So literally, like I've got a 60-inch thing of pepperoni in my hand as I put it up on the thing. And I'm like, you know what? Kee Silly would hate life right now.
I would hate that job. I'm not a meat handler.
She don't like no meats at all.
No meat. I don't even, like I said in my joke, I don't even eat at Arby's.
I don't eat at Arby's either, just because Arby's is not that great. But that's neither here nor there.
It's not good anyway. Yeah, I mean, even though they have all of the meats, it's just not good to me anyway. I like the mozzarella sticks.
If I do go to Arby's, I get the mozzarella sticks and I get the BLT. That's it.
I might get chicken fingers depending on how I'm feeling.
Technically, that's meat too.
And the thing is, they're never good. So that's why I stopped getting them.
I think it's the oil that they use.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's got like a bad taste to it. And depending on what McDonald's you go to, you get that same oil.
Exactly. And then, like, you know what? I was just thinking about McDonald's. Like, I'm really starting to like despise them. Like, I don't eat beef anymore. Mm-hmm. At no point should I come to McDonald's and your Sprite tastes like a McDouble. At no point. At no fucking point. I'm so serious. Whoa. Like, I'd be so mad. Like, I just can't do McDonald's. And my daughter loves it. And I can't stand it. Mm-hmm. I hate McDonald's. I'm at the point where I'm ready to boycott the shit out of them. Sorry.
I'm 100% with you. You just because, like I said, I saw a meme the other day that actually had me laughing. You remember back in the day when we was kids, McDonald's looked all fun and it was inviting and stuff like that. Now it looks like a old, depressed, you said midlife having divorce.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it looks modern, but it doesn't look happy anymore.
It doesn't look happy. It look nothing. Nothing looks happy. And nothing is happy about McDonald's. No. Nothing. Not the prices, nothing. No, I paid $3.25 for a fucking McChicken. Nothing is happy about that.
You say what's it called? Like when I did go to McDonald's, my go-to was the bacon McDouble, and I'm gonna add mac sauce. Don't judge me.
I add mac sauce to my McChicken. So I add mac sauce and diced onions to my McChicken. So it is what it is.
But and I sit there and I'm just like almost $7 for them. You send 2 cheap ass sandwiches that I try to get like on the go. You know what I'm saying, like because some of the sandwiches you gotta sit down.
Because they're gonna make you sit down on the toilet.
Like there's no way you can eat and drive with a Big Mac in your hand unless you Timbuktu or somebody. But
buddy, yeah, man.
Once again, that's no diss to our brother. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. I told him. We and him was talking. My dog ate a whole wing dinner while he was driving, and I told him on the phone. I said, you are top tier fat. There ain't no way in the fuck you ate a whole wing. Nigga, I can barely eat a burger and fries while driving. You had a whole wing dinner? I said, Did you eat the coleslaw too? And I never got an answer. But I'm just saying, like, shit's crazy. That's my dog though.
Right, I dig it.
I told him that though. I was like, nigga, you top tier fat. You different.
But see, and that's crazy because you see me when I get my wings, I like using my ranch and my French fries and stuff like that. You see, that's not something I haven't developed that skill yet. I don't know about because you said like you in a different place in life if you there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
hell yeah.
I know you said like you gotta everybody's got an opinion, and I know everybody between I guess we can call them general civilians like myself, or comedians, stuff like that. Everybody's on this Chris Rock thing. Mm-hmm. Where are you at on it? Before you answer, I'm gonna give my answer.
Go ahead.
It's like, to me, Chris Rock is not funny. That's just to me. To me, Chris Rock is not funny. He's funny in movie and on TV, but on stage, he's just not my cup of tea, and that's okay. But like we have the problem is people are forgetting that you can have an opinion. It doesn't mean that you're hating on somebody. Mm-hmm. So as far as
your opinion also doesn't make you correct.
Exactly.
But your opinion is always going to be your thought, your feelings, and that's okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna expounding
not
on
you.
that.
I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking about people in general, because every time somebody speak about something, they're going to always think what they're speaking is facts. Mm. And I don't like when people get that misconstrued. That's why I haven't really been on social media, because everybody has an opinion like they have an asshole.
Right. It's just because it's all art at the end of the day, and art is subjective. And you said
exactly.
You saw this that way doesn't mean the next person is going to see it that way. Just like, okay, like I said, expounding on that before you said I have your answers. The halftime performance with Rihanna, mm-hmm. That was to me. And the reason it was, and you said, I'm not even gonna cap to you, the hits were hitting. You saying like she got the hits.
Fact.
But to me, her artistic interpretation of sperm going to an egg to let us know that you're pregnant, when we saw that you were pregnant when the lights came on, mm-hmm. Just to me, that's just to me.
Yeah.
I love her as an artist. I love her as an entertainer, as a performer. But you see, like I said, that particular art, you said interpretation that I saw, well, man, you know what I'm saying. But getting back to that, you said, how did you feel about the Chris Rock music thing? Sorry, me adjust mine too. Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
So what do you do when you see the clip?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Chris Rock before the slap. And to be honest, I don't watch stand up anymore. Now that I do stand up, I don't watch it anymore.
Okay.
If I do, it is going to always be an old one. I don't watch anyone's new ones.
Okay, that makes
only because we're all in the same job. So in a sense, we're essentially going to all be talking about the same things.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And as long as I feel like I'm not watching or studying anyone, all of my stuff will always remain original.
Okay. So I think it was Gary Owen said something, I think a couple of years ago, and because he was asked a similar question, you said about him watching comics and stuff like that. He was like, because subconsciously, like especially if you get to a freestyle moment, something that you've already heard somebody else do will come in your head and it'll come out sometimes, and you don't want to disrespect somebody else's work. So with that being said, he doesn't watch in other comics. So that you said, is that basically where you're at?
That's why I don't typically I don't really go to open mics. You know what I mean? I don't like to test out new material. Anytime I'm in front of a crowd that, you know what I'm saying, I have a show, that's where I test out my new stuff. I don't like to test out new stuff at open mics because of the simple fact, are you gonna come to a show? I mean, if every time you come in to see me and it's at an open mic and I'm not progressing or you're not coming to a show, I'm not doing anything right.
Right.
I would rather go to a show, and I like to perform at shows where people don't know me. I love when I used to no cap. I'm gonna talk my shit a little bit. I used to get upset when my support of the people that used to come to my shows started to die down. I used to start getting upset. I used to be like, oh, so y'all can do everything else, but y'all can't come to my shows, blah, blah, blah. Then I thought about it, and I was like, well, you know what? See, you on this journey alone.
I mean, true.
When it's all said and done. You're on this journey alone. And what your initial goal to do in this industry is not to make your family fans, but to go make fans. It's a difference. Because see, it's not a trend to be a fan of me yet.
Right.
It's not a trend to be a part of Silly Game. You get what I'm saying? It's not a trend yet. And I say I'm big on it yet. I'm very big on it yet.
Right.
Very big on it yet. But when it's all said and done, I don't think of it now in that manner. I think of it now like, okay, I know what my goal is. I want to have, like, nobody knows this. Like, I'm proud of myself. I wiped out my friends on Instagram. I started off with like 600 friends. I'm almost at 13, like almost at 1,300 now. See, though, it's little steps that I've been taking. You get what I mean? Yeah. So, like, that's why when you say like the art thing, it's all in how you look at it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. It's just like I didn't watch the Chris Rock thing. So you watched it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, see.
You said, like, scrolling down, you said Facebook, I saw the Will Smith section.
Okay. Because that's the only thing that was important to everybody.
Yeah, I saw it because it started playing. I was like, all right, let me listen. Whatever. Of course, like, so I listened to it. I was like, that part was. I mean, I critique that. You said like or whatever, but like I said, you didn't say it. So me critiquing it is not going to really make any sense. So you said I'm not even going to go there.
Right.
But then the other crazy part is everybody's talking about the will part, the will part, the will part. But then, okay, Taj Jackson is mad because he compared Michael Jackson to R. Kelly. But I didn't see that part, so I don't know. Or people are mad because he said something about Meghan Markle or whatever. I didn't see that part, so I don't know.
How can he compare Michael Jackson to R. Kelly? See the thing? And that's why I don't know. Like I said, everybody has their own opinion about it because I saw mixed reviews. You got some people calling him, oh, he's a genius and da 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 da. I mean, to that's their opinion.
To me, in film and TV, genius. On stage, not so much. Like I'm not. You said
It's not funny
okay.
to me.
I don't know who's gonna beat me up in the comment section. Of course, I really don't care. Bring it. You said, but Mike Epps on stage is not funny.
Right.
In movie and TV, he's hilarious.
Yeah. I could get that. I could get that.
I'm not even gonna Cat Williams, since the one where he came out to hustle, he ain't been funny. He ain't had a full funny special since.
Right.
He's had great jokes in each special.
Right.
But I felt like after that one, he was all over the place. And it was just.
And I guess, and like, I had this conversation with a couple of my, you know what I'm saying, with a couple of my homies. And we were asked the top 5 rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, see, that is such a up in the air question because it all depends on who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And it goes the same thing with anything, comedy as well. We all have to understand there's generations of everything. It go with everything. Singers, basketball players, rappers, comedians. Like, we all get wrapped up in our opinions are being facts. Mm-hmm. But I can ask you who your top 5 rappers is, who your top 5 comedians is. Mm-hmm. But see, you might be a generation ahead of me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Not a generation, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I'm almost 7 years older than you, but yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So your just like your taste in music will be different than mine. Yeah. Our taste in music will be different than my father's. If I ask him who his top 5 rappers is, he's gonna name people like Pop, Biggie, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick. He would name people in those eras. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Because he's not listening to the music today.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He's not.
Right. It's like, I guess with me, I would go Andre 3000, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, and Pac.
See? And that's because that's your era and that's your realm, and that's probably who you mainly listen to. You get what I'm saying? Now, see, me, my favorite rappers, and they don't have to be nobody else's top 5, but you have Kendrick Lamar is my top 1. Yes, he is. Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey Hussle, Pop, Biggie. Those are my top 5.
Okay.
Off the strength, if you listening to the lyrics and actually listening to what they actually rapping about.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I don't listen to rap with no purpose. Your music gotta have purpose, just like your comedy gotta have purpose to me. I don't go up there and make jokes. I make jokes about my life, and the seriousness of the shit that goes on in it too. You know what I mean?
I mean, and it's crazy because like even with my top 5, you see, because like I grew up in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And when me growing up in Georgia, which is why I put Andre 3000 at number 1. Use it for me.
I hear you.
Just on the song Rosa Parks alone, he said, I met a gypsy and she hit me to some life game to stimulate and activate the left and right brain. She said, baby, when you only funky as your last cut, you focus on the past, your ass will be a has-what. Just.
See, that's the crazy part because I forgot my real goat, Lil Wayne. And see, I forgot to put him in because Lil Wayne has been one of my favorite rappers for a long time too. Because he says some shit that you be like, what? Mm-hmm. I love Wayne. I forgot to put him up there because he's definitely up there. So it's like him and Nip share the same spot because I just got hip to Nip and like in the cause of his death. You understand what I'm saying? And I hate it. And I hated to, you know what I'm saying? And I hated to become a fan of him in that way. But and the shit that he's rapping about inspired me to start actually pursuing comedy. That's what initially, you know what I'm saying, inspired me to say, okay, I'm gonna really try this shit. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Because it was the song Ocean Views. That's what made me actually start the comedy career. But as far as music, man, we could go, because that's just in my personal top 5. But I haven't heard all people that could rap, so that could change. You get what I'm saying? So
it's like Wayne is definitely in my top 10. It's just like I said, just only because I'm a step ahead of you. Is you saying that's why I got him at number 6. Because that's not taking nothing from him, but you said like also we could sit there and say, well, Biggie only had 2 albums, so how is he in your top 5? I think what Biggie had done, you said, was genius to me. Okay, if you want to say, oh, make me take Biggie out of my thing, which I don't. How can you make me take somebody out of my top 5? But if let's say I had to, for sake of argument, I would definitely replace Biggie with Rakim. But that's just me. And that's not taking away nothing from Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or anything like that. That's just who using what you said felt good to my ears, you know.
Yeah. And that's what I got, and that's why I don't really typically get into like debates like that with politics. I don't really get into that because I can give you my opinion. And what people have to understand is it's my opinion. You can't tell me how I feel is wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Now, only thing that you can do is like bring a fact and be like, well, this is why your opinion is wrong. But I didn't ask you to clarify my opinion.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Like, exactly. And I'm going to agree with you on that because you say with those lists in general, whether it be comedy, whether it be R&B, whether it be rock and roll, this, that, and the third, who's doing these lists? And who are y'all surveying? Or like you see these polls, you said during the political times and stuff like that. Well, 60% of African Americans like this. Then nobody asked me shit.
Damn thing.
Who's in this room that you niggas is talking to?
Exactly. We took a poll and 100 men said, like, what men were y'all asking? Where were y'all asking these questions?
Just like, right. Like I've watched Family Feud and I'm sitting here like, I wouldn't have said none of that.
Yeah, like the fuck, no. That's exactly where my mom went when I said we asked 100 men. I'm like, no, y'all didn't.
At all.
I know at least 25 that wouldn't have said that shit.
Exactly. Most of us got common sense using IQ above room temperature, so we wouldn't have said nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, with everything going on in the world, what is the process that you take to maybe take a tragedy and rework it to where it's funny? Because I know they say there's humor in pain, but see, I never understood the process of how to get there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm asking.
Because I actually have a closure joke now for my last my heart attack, where like the ambulance had to come get me from the house and shit like that because I had COVID, and I ended up going into AFib. And I was like, right here on my living room floor. And my wife had to call 911. They had to come get me and shit like that. And they had to give me a medicine and it flatlined me in the back of the ambulance on my way to the hospital. And I think the way that I turned it into a joke was because, like, I'm still here.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And like that's why, like people, you know, I'm saying about Kevin Hart being one of my favorite comedians because that laugh at my pain shit is real.
Yeah,
that's really real because you got to take the struggles of life. Like somebody might hear my joke and be like, "Oh my God, you were so young." You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be having complications like that. And you know what I would tell them back? But how do you know?
Yeah.
You might be having the same problems. Go get checked.
Yeah.
It's about bringing awareness to a lot of issues that we have, especially in our community. A lot, man. You know what? That's why I say I don't like to get in stuff like that, bro. I really don't.
Perfectly understandable. You said, just like I said, these are questions. Like when I do my interviews, I don't write questions down. To me, at least to me, it feels forced. So like if I feel like that I'm freestyling, we're like having a general conversation. I feel like we connect more by having a general conversation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just me going, okay, this question. That's just not my style of doing things. You know,
like formal. But I can really touch into that because like I just wrote a joke about around all of this. But like when you think about it, back in the day, like all of this stuff that's going on now, we come on, bro. Like COVID, you know what I'm saying? Monkeypox, like ADHD, autism, all of this shit, man.
right?
See, I can't even get into it because then I'm gonna tell my joke. But anyway,
Yeah,
but
no.
the thing,
Hey, if you guys want to see, you want to hear the joke, find out where this young lady's at, and you go there and you say, you turn your ears on for the ha-has.
yeah, because that's basically what I do. I take our life, what we go through, like you know what I'm saying, our everyday struggles, and I try to make us find like we all know where we struggling. Everybody's struggling at this point. Ain't nobody got it. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like y'all see, I'm up here telling these jokes, but y'all don't know the back end of it before I got here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not up here just like literally. I know what that shit means now when they say I'm not just up here for my health. I'm not up here for my health.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit right here, it's either gonna change my life or I'm gonna die trying to make it change my life. Real talk. Like I get it. I get that. At first I used to be like, man, what they talking about? Die trying. I get it. I get it. I fucking get it.
It's like sometimes I talk about my life. You know, saying this. I had a really humiliating experience yesterday, but I had to laugh to keep from getting angry. Now, mind you, said, now I just told you, said that I had to come off the road, so now I'm working at a meat processing plant. This is not a joke. Right hand on the Bible. This happened last night. Sometimes I have to walk home because my car broke down. It's about 3 miles there, 3 miles back. And I've walked it quite a few times, and I get off at midnight. And I'm walking down the street, and all of a sudden I see this husky dog. And this white man standing in his doorway with his porch light on with no shirt on. And I'm like, yo, can you mind getting your dog? He's like, for what? I was like, because I'm trying to walk home. He was like, well, it's kind of late for you to be out here walking the streets. Dude, it's Friday night for one. For two, I'm walking. He was like, well, you said it's suspicious seeing you said you dressed in all black. I was like, sir, I have on a high visibility vest. Who the hell commits crime in high visibility gear?
Seriously.
And I wear that high visibility vest because I want to be seen as I'm walking. And he was like, well, all right. You said you might want to be careful walking down through here. For what? Well, because you saying we don't want nothing to happen. All the days I've walked down the street, I ain't seen nothing. I'm going home. Not bothering nobody, nothing. Now, can you get your dog? He said he calls his dog, and I'm just like, dude, I feel like this man just asked me for my freedom papers.
Seriously. And that's that's a whole nother subject too, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause
yeah. Yeah.
Things about that type shit, you know what I'm saying? Because like I don't know. I don't get people.
Yeah.
It ain't even about color anymore. I just don't get people. I don't get ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't get because it's some white ignorant people, black ignorant people, Chinese ignorant people, Mexican ignorant people. They're ignorant Arabs. I don't care, African. They're ignorant people.
Right.
You have to get out of the race thing.
Yeah.
People in general are ignorant.
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy because like even at the job, I get along with the Mexicans at the job that don't speak no English just by doing sign language. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's loud in there, so we kind of use sign language to say what we're trying to say. You said there's we got like 4 lines in our department. I work on line 1. There's using like three other lines. What is this younger? I think he's like 24, 25. He's a black dude. He liked this girl at the job, and I guess the girl mentioned my name. I don't even, people think I'm weird because I don't talk to nobody at the job. You see, like, I do my job, I go on my break, you know what I'm saying? I come back, I do my job, I go on my break, I come back, do music. Like, I don't talk to nobody. So this girl, I guess that he likes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm getting this later on, that she's not really showing interest in him. So I guess he's thinking that I'm trying to push up on her. You ain't never seen me talk to nobody. In your feelings and butthurt, you sit, and then you say want to sit there because he's a pretty husky guy, but you like, dude, just because I'm skinny don't mean I ain't got hands. I'm like, so I had to sit him down yesterday, like, partner, I don't know you. I don't care about you. Whatever issue you have, we can address it here by talking about it, or we can go outside off company property because I got a wife and 5 kids to take care of, and we can shoot this fade. Pick one.
Facts. Facts.
He was like, nah, man, he's like, you trying to push up on my girl? Nigga, I don't know. I don't even know her name. But like I said, that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying, to me. And you said, so is it like, I guess I'll equate it to jealousy, which brings me to my next question. How do you deal with, because I'm pretty sure you've said you've been in a room with some comments that just ain't there yet. So how do you deal with it? Because I'm pretty sure you've gotten the dirty looks, or you saying, or use it for whether it be your material, or whether it be you saying, yeah, you got a whole entourage, or how you literally took somebody that you did not know to now they're a Kee Silly fan. So how do you deal with, you know what I'm saying, that type of, you said, jealousy, and you sometimes you said low key hate that you said a lot of comments can get? Okay.
Like, the more success I find in my career at this moment, I take it as just that, as the success. I don't look at the part that's supposed to tear me down, because then I would never keep going forward. And for me, it's like I don't, if you notice, I post and then I don't be on social media.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care to know. And it's not me being rude. It's really not, but it's me putting on my blinders. Mm-hmm. I'm only here to post. Then I'll come back and I'll go through the comments and I'll try to make sure I'm liking and going back and forth to the people. But I've gotten, rude, DMs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? From people, saying stuff about my lifestyle and stuff. That's why I don't post my daughter. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I'm trying to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not religious. I'm a spiritual person. Mm-hmm. I know that there is a God, and I know that that's who I serve. And for me, I know that as I put out what I'm supposed to put out, I'm gonna always get back what I'm supposed to get. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So when I see like negative comments or shit like that, for what? If I see the looks, for what? What? Every reaction don't need a reaction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every action doesn't need a reaction. There we go.
That's true, because a lot of times it'll cause more problems than good.
Because when it's all said and done, we all in the same place. What is you looking at me? You should be going up there doing the same fucking thing.
Right.
You can't get mad at me. I'm hustling. We all hustling. You know what I mean? Like that. That's why I said I don't get type for that. Like, that's why I don't really do open mics and stuff like that, because it's very competitive. Because everybody is at the same time trying to get the end goal of being the next famous person. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, that's why when I came in the game, of course I've been here. You hear little things and people tell you this and people tell you that, and that's why I don't. If it ain't got nothing to do with me being booked,
right? Well, like you mentioned about people saying stuff about your lifestyle. I still don't understand that. Use it just like, because I guess you said I got my civilian joke. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got a couple civilian jokes, but use this because I'm not a comedian. You know whatever. I had actually quite a few, because white people I know that are conservative, and they'll all be like, especially like these past few years when everything's been crazy with the whole Trump thing and everything like that. I don't care. None of that has nothing to do with me. So whatever. But they was sitting there like, buddy was hitting me up. Hey man, do you know Michelle Obama's a man? Only reason I'm talking like this because that's how he sounds. He's like, do you know Michelle Obama's a man? I was like, no, I didn't. That's not my thing. So I mean, whatever. I don't believe it, but whatever. He was like, dude, you can look anywhere on the internet. You can see Michelle Obama. She has a dick. I was like, bro, there's a lot of shit I look up on the internet. Dick ain't one of them. Just. And at the end of the day, if Michelle Obama, you said, has a penis, that's Barack's problem, not mine. I'm just saying.
It's a fact. Yeah.
It's so like I think that's what we get into. You know what I'm saying? Back to the opinion thing. You see, just keep. I mean, it's like if your opinion's valid, or if you bring something to the conversation, that's one thing. Like, cause like when we spoke about the music thing or the comedy thing, if you were carrying the conversation forward, if you're just talking at your ass just to be talking at your ass, because like I said, going back to that thing, what the fuck does possibly that have to do with me? You said nothing. So now you're just talking to be talking, because you want to be heard, but you said you have no substance. So you said that segues me to another question. How do you personally put substance to a premise to a joke? You said no. How do you put substance to some place where you had to improvise on stage? Like something happened, like say somebody got hit over the head with a bottle, and now it's in the middle of your set and you were going on your set, so now you got to sit here and kind of you want to touch on it, but you want to give it substance to where it's funny. So how do you go through the motions to touch on that, but jump right back into your set?
I just had a show Wednesday or something crazy like that happened in the middle of my set. Like, everybody they were looking at me, but it seemed like they were looking past me. You know what I'm saying? So, in the middle of my set, I just happened to turn around and this guy's trying to get in the door. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, thank you, sir. I said, you go the fuck around. Go around. You know what I'm saying? You messing up my set. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I turned it to him. Mm-hmm. And then it was funny because my goofy ass, I ended up opening the door for him. I wasn't supposed to, but I ended up opening the door. I'm like, and look at me thinking it's my house. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you follow the moment. You just follow that moment. Mm-hmm. And then it's like I made a joke about, okay, come here, sir. Ain't nobody pat you down. I told you to go sit down. Ain't nobody pat you down. I brought him back up, patted him down and shit like that. They said, no, now you got to do it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I pat him down. And then it was like, I lost control of the room. Mm-hmm. I realized that I had it the whole time because I was like, now back, I said, you done messed up my set, made me forget what I was talking about. Right. So I asked the crowd, I said, now what was I just saying? And they got the naming shit, just naming it. And I was like, that's not what I was just talking about. Y'all just named my whole set to me. Y'all don't even remember what the last thing I just said. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I ain't gonna lie, that was dope because it was just like, when you think people not paying attention, they paying attention.
Right.
They paying attention. And it was, I was able to put it, I was able to enjoy the show. So that was the disruptance, you know what I'm saying? But I added that boom to make it funny though. And he even laughed. He even got an enjoyment out of it. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, you said like as a person, because you said like everybody does something different on stage. And I've noticed that for a while. You said, like I said, as I met all of you, and I've watched you, y'all all do, you saying your own thing. You said it's like, I know, like me personally, as a former rapper, if I ask the crowd to say blah, 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 and they say it, it's almost like an ego boost. You do something that's really special. And I'm gonna give you your flowers because you do something that's really special. You saying it's like, I like crowd participation. So if you hear something funny, just say, Kee, you silly. And I'm gonna say, talk your shit. when the crowd responds to you like that, what is that feeling in the moment for you?
It's so unexplainable. Like it. I tell people all the time, we're superheroes. Like comedians, entertainers. Period. We're You know what I mean? I like people don't believe it, but to have that gift to change the aura in a room,
Right.
especially a comedian, with everything that's going on in the fucking world, for you to make a room of strangers laugh, you have a superpower. And that's what I feel like I have. Like if I'm when I'm on stage and I'm like I said, I'm just talking my shit and they laughing. And then I'll be like, okay, if you enjoy me, let me hear you say Kee Silly. And for them to say it back, sometimes I'll be shocked. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be shocked. I'll be like, oh, so y'all is? I'll be like, oh shit. But now I gotta keep y'all laughing. You know what I'm saying? So now it'd be like it's like a high, because now you're trying to chase that high. You're trying to chase that Kee Silly. I want them to keep saying Kee Silly, so I can keep telling them to talk their shit.
Right. Okay. You said like.
I hope I'm answering it right. Like but it really is just like
that
it's
answer
a high.
That answer was perfect. It was perfect. I was just using like, okay, so bouncing off of that. Okay, like because when you come off stage, now people want to talk to you. You said it's like, is there anything that you've taken from a personal conversation off stage and be like, wow, I didn't understand it from that perspective, but that's funny. You said, or do you go back to introvert and you kind of like you say, or are you willing to address you saying people who came to see you or people who just discovered you that night? People
that come up to me and try to give me stuff, I always just get the people who's telling me like, you gotta get, don't stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get a lot of that. As of lately, I've been getting a lot of like support in that manner. To where I ain't gonna lie, a couple of times riding home, I put one of my songs on, a couple of tears and drop, because it's like that purpose is getting filled. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the more and more that I'm doing it, the more and more I'm seeing my goal. You understand how I'm getting closer and closer and closer and closer to it. Right. It's like I take what people say like you gotta get, you are so funny, and they always come to me and they tell me like a joke, one of their favorite jokes that I said that night. And I work at such and such and such and such, and I feel where you was coming from, girl. You was funny. Don't ever stop. Keep going. And you got the guys that like, baby girl, you got a gift, and you know what I'm saying? Like that I don't know. Just thinking about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just thinking about it. Like just what I've been through.
Right.
So like, but somebody to say like, they like my work. How can I stop?
You're right. So, which is why I made it a point. The only thing I did write down, I'm not even gonna cap to you. The only thing I did write down was tying that meats joke into my personal life. Not even gonna cap to you.
Well, we have the meat there. That's everybody's joke, man. I don't know what's up with y'all.
I'm like, I literally, you said after I asked you, you said to be on my show, and I'm sitting there on the line hanging these pepperonis. I'm like, Kee Silly, fucking job.
Hell no, I ain't fucking with no meat.
And then for one, it's cold in there. It's like I said, they're 60 inches long, and you got to hang them on these hooks. So I've got a 60-inch tube in my hand.
No.
It's just it's all day. I'm like, y'all niggas couldn't put me in ham or bacon or nothing.
Yeah, for real. I quit, bro. I quit. I sure would. I quit. I will quit. No cap.
Okay. I know that anytime you do an interview, everybody asks you the low-hanging fruit question, and where does Kee Silly see herself in 5 years and blah. I'm not gonna do that. Where in life would you be at where you'd be like, okay, I'm comfortable, but the grind don't stop? I mean, like,
Never gonna
okay,
stop.
I mean, of course not. But it's like, okay, I'll be comfortable when I can buy a Maserati, or I'll be comfortable when I can buy, you said, such and such a house, my house. What you said in Kee Silly's mind, what would we be like? Okay, I'm comfortable, but the grind don't stop. Because like I think when Kevin Hart did Laugh at My Pain, I think he was like, okay, I'm comfortable, but the grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
I get to the point where my bills are being paid and I don't notice that shit,
Mm.
is where I will actually be comfortable.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I will be in a mindset of, okay, that was one problem, but I'm still not full. You understand what I'm saying? Because essentially, I'm doing it to change my family lives. I mean, come on, let's be honest. What reason would anybody be doing this?
Right.
And of course, that is for financial gain. And I think that's where I would be comfortable. But that's just gonna be where I turn up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because now I'm at the point where, okay, now I'm making that money, yeah. But now, what you gonna do with your time? Like now, what do you do? Okay, you're comfortable because you got money, but is it just stop there? You know what I'm saying? And like that's for me. Like I don't. That's why I say the grind will never, ever.
Which is why I worded it the way that I worded, because I don't think I've heard anybody. It was like, what would make you comfortable? Or you said, what are you? You said like, no, because at the end of the day, if you want to remain successful, the grind can't stop.
The grind can't stop.
You got to keep going. You said,
and I'm in a place where the entertainment that I'm in, I can do this shit until who knows? You know what I'm saying? So look at Betty White. Look how long she was doing this shit. You get what I'm saying? The grind don't stop. It don't. Look at Cicely Tyson. Look how long they did it, acting and all of that. It don't stop because it's when you doing something you really love, man. Like I love to laugh, and if I can make other people do it, I mean, shit, why not? You know what I'm saying? And and that's why I say, like, I don't know. It's just something that I don't think I ever get my wrap around. I don't even really think in my mind I wrap my mind around that I'm a comedian.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I still just see it as like, okay, you really just being you up there. Like you just going up there. I don't really go up there with like a set because you never know what's gonna happen. Like I didn't expect me to turn around and there's somebody trying to get through the door. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't go up there with a set. I go up there with an idea of what I'm going to joke about, and I let the crowd alter how I'm going to tell the joke.
And see that's a definite talent too, because you said like, because the one thing I've asked every comedian that I've had is what's easier to you, going up there with a set or improv? And the way you sounds like you're saying is like you like to improv a little more.
A set seems to stick to the script. You got to say this, you got to say that, you got to do this, you got to do that. I got into this because I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it works for me, it works for me. You understand what? I can't help what works for everybody else. Where this comedian can only do what they write out. That's cool.
Right.
But to be honest, every stage I hit, I give them a different set. It's never the same set. I've never done the same set.
Wow.
Never. Now I may have said or repeated the same joke. I never do it the same way. I've never repeated the same full set. I don't even watch back my film all like that.
Really? I mean that's different. Me, I guess it's because you saying I'm a Pisces. I'm a egotistical as fuck. Anything I want to do, using no cap. I get a sex tape. I want to watch it. Like, yeah, okay, next time do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's yeah. And I think that's what. I've wrote a couple of new jokes this year, and I've tried them, and they hit. So with me, I look at it like, okay, I remember what jokes made them laugh the hardest. Why switch it? You know what I'm saying? Or I'd be like, all right, I said it like that last time. I'm going in front of a different crowd where there still might be a sprinkle of people that was at my last show. So I'm gonna say it differently. It's gonna be the same joke, but the foreplay to it is gonna be different.
Gotcha. You
You
think?
get what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So,
It's like, well, let everybody know your social medias.
oh
And
yeah, absolutely. You can follow me on Facebook. My name is Kee Steele, Kee. Last name is Steele. They still a little federal. And everything else, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat. I think I'm on Snapchat. I don't remember, but everything else. I said YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Everything else is I am Kee Silly.
okay,
IAMKEESILLY.
that's
Silly gang.
awesome. Silly gang. He's last question.
Mhm.
How big is the Silly gang at this point?
um, it's coming along. It's some new Silly gang members in the realm. It's not like no gang, y'all. It's not no gang for real. Let me clear that up. I don't want no young thug shit coming up. No, it's not a gang for real. It's just
We're a group of individuals.
yeah, we're just a group of people that like my comedy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to call people fans, and so I just call them my friend. You know what I'm saying? My homies, my gang, Silly gang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then right now it's like all of the new people, like the new love that I've been getting, like on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, like the wave is moving. It's called because that's the initial what my company name is, Still Wave Entertainment, and it's Catch This Wave or Drown.
Okay, I like it.
So yeah, so then that's where the whole Silly gang, Catch This Wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you say, do we have it? Do you other than? I know you got something you said coming up on you saying with Lex Vegas.
I got a few things coming up with him.
You got a few things coming up with him. It's like you said, what else do you have? You said coming up that people could be excited about.
Oh, I got a show on March 24th with Great. He also with Redline Radio. I got a couple of things. March 11th. Oh yeah, March 11th. I got a show. With Lex, of course. I just had one rather.
Right.
I forgot. Like shit. I got some more stuff with Lex. April 7th. I know he got me some stuff in May. Other than that, I don't really have too much of shows at the moment, but it's a lot of things that are in the works. I could definitely say that, especially with me putting together something soon. So I'm looking forward to that, like me actually putting together a show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's different. It's not like your average comedy show either. It's gonna be a little different. So I'm excited about once I finally actually get it together and actually be able to present it. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a traveling thing. So
okay.
So hopefully.
Final last question. When are we gonna get some Kee Silly merch?
That's already see. That's the thing. Y'all not hip. I came out the gate with Kee Silly merch. First of all, my very first show, I came out the gate with Kee Silly merch. That's the thing. People just not hip. You understand what I'm saying? I've been had Silly Gang merch. That's why I said I started my own brand, Still Wave Entertainment, Catch This Wave or Drown. And that's what it's all under. I actually do it all in my house too. Like this was one of my things. My shirt said, "I don't follow trends. I am one."
I like
it. And then
one of those.
big facts. And I got, of course, Kee Silly. I wish I had another one of my Kee Silly shirts, but I don't have none down here. But this is definitely a part of it. But yeah, I got Kee Silly merch already. Just get at me.
Trust me, I definitely will. And you said as soon as I get some more printed up, I'm gonna get you.
Oh yeah, I need one of these too.
You said because that's what I like to do. You said I like to try to show love where I can. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the first time I met you, it's been love. You said I love you. Said loved your energy, loved just you saying how you get down. So that's the reason I asked you on here today. And you saying it's like, and you've been an amazing guest. You've been funny.
I appreciate you for having me.
Like I said, and you said you roll with my style of interview, and I appreciate that because like I said, some people are expected the formal question. No, I just want to have a conversation.
And that's cool with me.
And I think that's where we as people get lost in these opinions and everything like that. Okay, yeah, you can have an opinion, but at the end of the day, can we have the conversation?
Can we have a conversation? Absolutely.
Well, you guys, this has been That Guy Dub.
Hey.
Make sure that y'all drop all the thumbs up, love in the comments.
Hey, Silly Gang.
Silly Gang. And you saying this will be dropping on Thursday, so we'll be getting it going.
Yeah, hey, let's get it.
Thursday for the culture. That Guy Dub at 3 p.m. Las Vegas at 7 p.m. You send Club Pizzle at 9, man.
Shout out to all my bros.
Yes, sir. Let it go, man. We checking out of here, man. Peace.
Appreciate you for having me.
Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dave Wolanchek, the owner of Redline Radio LLC, and I want to take a minute to tell you what we're about here at Redline Radio.
Pause. Rewind.
I am a 2015 graduate of the Ohio Media School, and one day I had a dream to own a radio station. Well, not only do I have one, but now I have two studios. One is located at 4941 Pearl Road, Cleveland, Ohio. The other one, which is our state-of-the-art studio, green screen 360 cameras, top-of-the-line microphones, great producing. That is located at 60 Front Street in Berea, Ohio.
So interested in trauma and what happens to the body, especially with women. So do you have anything that happened to you, something that was traumatic for your body that still kind of sits in there and in your mind?
Of a contract because of how they were viewed, how they identified themselves. It's paperwork.
We currently have 18 shows and growing each day. If you have an idea for a podcast, look us up right there, Redline Radio LLC. Not only do we have 18 shows, but we have 17 sponsors who have supported us throughout the years.
It's also Ulysses what? I don't need you to correct me.
Every time you make a play or get yardage, there's a holding penalty. Wait, we actually had positive yardage today?
Performing or your first? Yeah, my origin story is a little sadder than Dave's. My parents were killed in the alley coming from a movie.
Rob for this piece of monkey trash. So, why is this movie ranked
Getting ready to say, y'all can take it up with me. My inbox is open. Facebook, Don Peterson. Instagram, Don Pizzle 216. Inbox me, DM me. Do y'all have an issue with what I'm getting ready to say? The show, and I'm your host, Las Vegas, a.k.a. Smarty McFly, a.k.a. Peter Popoff, a.k.a. King Petty, a.k.a. Smarty Belly the Don, a.k.a. the notorious Lex.V, a.k.a. Dick the Bruiser,
You know, so if you're having them adult parties, you want to hit up your favorite snack dealer. You can contact her. You can contact AC, and that's at 216-800-3881. IG, your favorite snack dealer, _DM for orders.
Was a fucking weird one, to say the least. Started off with a Christian McCaffrey trade, though.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
One through 28? No, two through 28. Slavery. I just had one. We deserve a chance.
Facts.
2 through 28? Slavery.
So we're going to read some ads before we go further to the show.
Sharing information and finding ways to help each other because we're all just trying to make it through.
Absolutely. Because like a lot of people like assume that it was just going to be automatic. No, it's not going to be automatic, but it is a simple process. Make sure you go to that website. We got it up in the chat and all that good stuff. And I'll say it one more time before we close this segment out.
Have you ever faked it?
At times, yes.
I think we all have. I had to fake it a lot here lately whenever I was all last year. Oh shit.
Came up for me as I was actually scrolling on TikTok. I want everybody to see how I saw it, so y'all know tell me if I'm tripping or not, because I don't know. But anyway, so I'm on TikTok. I'm scrolling.
And also, if you're looking to join the Redline Radio family, we are currently looking for interns. All you got to do is look me up on Facebook at David Wallencheck, or you can send us a message in our Redline Radio Facebook or Instagram. I know a lot of you guys out there want to get into the business of podcasting. Well, we can teach you everything you need to know about podcasting here at Redline Radio LLC. Not only that, we can also teach you the media side at Redline Media Group. So you can follow us on YouTube at Redline Media Group LLC. And while you're at it, can you please go subscribe, like, and share Redline Radio LLC, Redline Media Group. Again, I'm Dave Wallencheck, your owner of Redline Radio, and that's just a little bit of information about us here at the station.